At what point, with what type of abuse could you possibly see punitive damages, and is the nursing home on the hook for those?
Well, obviously, the nursing home is always on the hook. It's respondent superior. Mm-hmm. That's their employees. Any willful act, gross negligence and willful act, abuse would fall under that. So neglect, probably not punitive damages. They're just sloppy, they're messy, they're lazy, they're not doing what they're supposed to do, they're not turning the patient. Abuse, almost always, would be considered a willful, wanton, reckless act, and that would open the door to punitive damages.
Nice. Well, what else?
Well, I mean, I think it's important that, as we all get older, and, we just celebrated Michelle's 50th.
I'm sure she'll love that you just told everybody that. Sorry, Michelle.
Happy birthday, Michelle.
Happy birthday, Michelle.
So, I'm 53. I'll own up to it. My dad's 76, and these are real issues now as I'm getting older. His friends, and, we see it a lot more because that population is large. I mean, it's a big population, and unfortunately, there's just not enough, beds to go around. And back in the old day, your grandparents would come and live with you, and they would live with you until they died. But now people have changed their way of living, and we don't have multi-generational homes anymore. And so, there's a real dilemma, I think, in our country because, not a lot of people are prepared for retirement. If they are, they were prepared to live off of Social Security from 65 to 70, but they're living to 90, 85 to 90, and that's a long time. And unfortunately, a lot of families don't have the resources to, provide for their loved ones, and it's unfortunate that they have to become really dependent on our state, and there's just not enough resources there. So
yeah, and the more people you have dependent on the state and understaffed nursing homes, the more cases like this you'll have.
And the thing about the understaffing, and it's not so much just that they can't hire enough people, but depending on the needs of the individuals that are in that home as residents, require different level of certification by their employees. So instead of just having a CNA, you may need a physical therapist or a nurse practitioner or, an RN. Well, if you're an RN and you're working in a hospital, you make a little bit, it's a different kind of pay structure, or you can go change diapers, in a facility. And those are tough jobs. I mean, I know people that have done that work. It's very tough. And so it's not just the number of people that they have, it's their qualifications. What are they qualified to do? And if they have patients with, higher needs, then the certifications for the staff members need to be consistent with that. And there's rules and regulations that very specifically identify who you need to have on staff based on who your patients are, who your residents are. So it's very important. And obviously, being aware of what's going on, taking the time to spend with your loved one and pay attention, that's the key. So many people are living in these, retirement facilities. They may not see family at all, or they may not have family.
Yeah.
So, my thought is, look, if you see something, say something.
Yeah.
So